Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bintang Miftahul Syahyan, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a topic that's becoming more and more important in today's world, which is the future of remote work. We have all seen how work and education have changed over the last few years. Like the COVID 19 pandemic didn't just affect our health or economy, it also changed how people work, communicate, and even how they think about their careers. Remote work or working from home become the new normal almost overnight. But now that things are slowly returning to normal, and many people are asking, will remote work stay? Will it grow? Or will we all go back to the office? That is the main question I want to explore in this video. Well, I choose this topic because I believe it connects strongly with our generations. As students, we are the next wave of professionals, and understanding remote work helps us prepare for what our future jobs might look like. So, first, what exactly is remote work? So, remote work, sometimes called telecommuting or working from home, is when someone does their job outside of a traditional office environment, and this could be from their house, a cafe, a shared co working space, or even while traveling. The idea is simple. Instead of going into an office every day, employees complete their task from wherever they are, usually with the help of technology. They use tools like email, Zoom, Google Docs, Slack, and cloud storage to stay connected with their teams. And remote work has actually existed for decades. Freelancers, IT professionals, and some international companies have used it for a long time. However, before the pandemic, remote work was still not very common. According to the Upwork Future Workforce Report, which surveyed 1,500 hiring managers in the US before COVID 19, only 13.2% of the workforce was fully remote, and around 46% of companies said they had no remote workers at all. This tells us that although the technology was already available, most businesses still preferred having employees in the office. There were many reasons for this. Some managers didn't trust remote work. They worried that employees wouldn't be productive or that teamwork would suffer. Others just were not used to managing virtual teams and didn't have the system in place. And also, some types of jobs, like those in healthcare, retail, or constructions, just can't be done remotely. That's why remote work was more common in certain industries like tech, marketing, and design. In short, before the pandemic, remote work has was slowly growing, but it was still considered a niche option, not a mainstream way of working. But as we will see in the next sections, that all changed when COVID 19 forced people around the world to stay home. And in early 2020, when the pandemic hit, companies were forced to shut their offices, and suddenly millions of people had to work from home, even if they weren't not ready. And this was one of the biggest shifts in how we work since World War II. In just a few weeks, the number of people working remotely in the US jumped to nearly 50% of workforce. And these situations become a kind of global experiment for remote work. It wasn't planned and it wasn't perfect, but it gave company workers a chance to test remote works on a huge scale. And what's the results? And results surprisingly positive. And according to the same report, 56% of hiring managers said the shift to remote work went better than expected, and only 10% said it went worse. And this was a big surprise because many businesses thought productivity would drop or that employees wouldn't be able to communicate effectively, but the opposite happened in many cases. And let's look at the what worked well. According to the survey, 49% of respondents said the best part of remote work was no commute. This saved time, money, and energy. And 46.3% said remote work reduced unnecessary meetings. And 41.2% said there were fewer distractions than in the office. And 32.2% said productivity increased. And others mentioned better autonomy and work-life balance. Let's think about that. If you save or 2 hours a day not commuting, that's more time to rest, study, or be with family. If you can work in your own environment without office noise or stress, you might actually do better work, right? But remote work also helps people with disabilities, parents with children, and people living in areas far from big cities. And it makes the workplace more flexible and inclusive. And then, of course, remote work is not perfect. The same report found several problems. 36.2% reported technological issues like slow internet or unfamiliar tools, and then 32% had more distractions at home, such as kids or noise, and 30.5% mentioned a lack of team cohesion, and 30.3% said communication was harder. These challenges make sense, especially in the beginning, and many people didn't have some of offices companies, uh, and also companies didn't have remote work systems, and schools were closed, so distractions at home were unavoidable. But here's the important part. Most of this problem can improve over time with better training, better tools, and more experience. And teams can overcome these issues. Communication can be improved with apps like Zoom, Slack, or Teams. And many people are now investing in better home setups. So, what does the future of remote work look like? The Upwork reported predicts that remote work will continue to grow. 61.9% of hiring managers said their workforce will be more remote than before COVID, and the growth rate for fully remote teams is expected to double from 30% to 65% in just 5 years. So this means that even if we don't all work from home 100% of the time, many companies will allow hybrid models like combining office days and remote days. Also, new types of workers are rising, like digital nomads, people who work while traveling the world. Some countries are now offering remote work visas for foreigners, and remote work also allows business to hire global talent. For example, a company in Canada can hire a designer in Indonesia, or a startup in Germany can work with developer in Brazil. Well, this creates a new opportunities for all of us, especially as we graduate and enter the job market. Location may no longer matter as much as your skills and internet connections. As a students and future job seekers, what can we do to prepare for this future? Here are some key skills that we will need in the future. First one is digital communication, such as writing clear emails, using Zoom or Slack, and collaborating online. And the second one is time management, managing our schedules independently without someone watching us. And then adaptability, being able to learn new tools quickly. And last, self discipline, staying productive without direct supervisions. We can also start by trying online internships, freelancing, or group projects that use digital platforms. And these experiences will help us build confidence and get used to remote work culture. Alright, so in conclusion, the future of remote work is bright. Even though it started as a reaction to a crisis, it has opened the door to a more flexible and inclusive way of working. There are still challenges, but the benefits like increased productivity, better work life balance, and a global access to jobs are clear. As a students, we should see this as a change to prepare for a future where we can work from anywhere with anyone as long as we have the right skills. Thank you for watching my videos on the future of remote work. I hope it gave you a useful insights and idea for your own career journey. Thank you for watching and thank you for your attention. I think that's it. Good afternoon and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.